Your name was spoken softly in a dark place today evening. The divine witnessed it. Archangel Michael delivers this ultimate warning. Disregard it, and what follows will be unstoppable. My child, my beloved, a gathering occurred, not convened by humans, but secretly arranged by minds harboring ulterior motives. This encounter did not unfold openly. It transpired in obscurity, a realm where honesty is concealed and only celestial vision can perceive truly. And at that instant, your name was voiced. Not just one time, but three. Archangel Michael brings a conclusive caution because the words uttered in your absence have now ascended to the heavens. You absolutely cannot overlook this. The events currently transpiring possess the power to alter everything: your tranquility, your finances, your connections, your life's purpose. However, there remains an opportunity to act if you completely absorb this communication and accept what is exclusively intended for you. Prior to proceeding, consider this. Should your inner being recognize that this communication originates from God, then you are among the elect. And those who are chosen should not journey in solitude. If this appears before you, subscribe immediately. By subscribing, you will activate God's prophetic promise and alignment in your life, not merely to this communication, but to your divine objective. For what the heavens are poised to disclose is far too significant to be overlooked. My child, my beloved, it is no error that your spirit was drawn here at this precise moment, because as the world rests, spiritual exchanges are underway, agreements are being sealed silently, and destinies are being pilfered by those who wear disguises by day but reveal their true selves at night. You've sensed it. The disquiet, the weight, that peculiar hush from someone who once pledged to shield you, the unexplained delay in your breakthrough that defies earthly logic. That is not your imagination. That is confirmation. The adversary does not always attack with a blade. Sometimes it begins with a whisper in a clandestine meeting, and your name was its focal point. My child, my beloved, someone you know pretends to safeguard you, yet in spirit, they are the very one obstructing your divine liberation. Heaven observed this. Archangel Michael was sent with wings ablaze to thwart the trap before it fully closed. You are standing at the precipice of a spiritual chasm. But if you listen now, this message will not only draw you back, but will also grant you wings. This is not merely a warning. It is your lifeline. Someone close to you is laboring diligently to divert you, to impede you, to deplete you. Their identity is known in heaven, but your decision alone will dictate what transpires next. My child, my beloved, you were never meant to combat this alone. You've been resilient for too long. You've carried burdens, sorrow, perplexity, and aspirations that no one else seems to comprehend. But Archangel Michael does, and so does God. That is why this message was contested in the spiritual realm. Before it even reached your screen, it was halted 3 times. But now it has been released. Not by human effort, not by algorithms, but by divine command. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give, and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus, it is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. And if you navigate away now, the angels assigned to your protection may be compelled to withdraw, because this is your ultimate alert, not in trepidation but in authority. My child, my beloved, you've pondered why opportunities keep closing, why certain matters simply won't advance regardless of your prayers, fasting, or planning. That's because a choice was made without your knowledge. A choice that is spiritual, yet its consequences are financial, emotional, and relational. And the most regrettable aspect, it was made by individuals who smiled to your face. But the truth cannot remain concealed perpetually. Archangel Michael states, God is lifting the veil, and the individual who spoke your name in the obscurity will soon be exposed in the light. This is divine justice. Now, as you prepare for this revelation and the turning of the tables, declare your faith. Type M in the comments below, acknowledging that heaven's timing is perfect and that justice is already in motion for you. As you write it, see the veil lifting not just for them, but for you, revealing the path to your breakthrough. If this message resonates with your spirit, I urge you to like this video right now. Liking this video will activate the flow of God's favor directly into your life. But before that occurs, you must prepare, because the revelation won't just impact them. It will unlock what has been held back for you. My child, my beloved, you are the one safeguarded by angels who maintain vigilance even when you are unaware. And they are not shielding you from strangers. They are guarding you from those who believe they know your vulnerabilities. But they do not grasp the anointing upon your life. That is why this message is urgent, because they've scheduled something. They've formulated a strategy. But what they did not know is that God already perceived it. And when God perceives, God speaks. And when God speaks, the earth must transform. And the next transformation commences with your choice to open, listen, and act with conviction, not fear. My child, my beloved, you've already survived assaults you didn't recognize as such. You've already experienced betrayals you couldn't name. You've sensed something but lacked proof. This is your confirmation. Archangel Michael is not only notifying you, he's empowering you. What you do after this segment could determine whether the upcoming week brings success or collapse. A spiritual opportunity is accessible, but it's swiftly closing. Do not let this become another near miss. This is your moment, my child, my beloved. We've reached the moment where this shifts from information to activation, where you stop being a passive receiver and become an active participant in your own upgrade. What I'm about to ask you to do might seem simple, but it carries heavenly weight. In the comments below, I want you to write exactly these words: my divine breakthrough is activated. Not, I hope my breakthrough begins. Not, I'm trying to break through. Not, maybe this will work for me. God's timing responds to clarity, to certainty, to declarations made from your whole being. When you write those words, you're doing something far more powerful than leaving a comment. You're making a covenant with heaven. You're stating your intention to the Almighty. You're announcing that you're available for this transformation. You're giving permission for the process to accelerate. When God permits a secret gathering to be revealed, it's not to bring you shame. It's to offer you protection. This is compassion. This is grace. This is the kind of message that only reaches those who are favored, who are chosen, who are designated for something grander than comfort. And that's why the adversary attempted to delay it. This caution is not a penalty. It's an advancement in disguise. And the instant you acknowledge it, the constraints will begin to dissolve. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. My child, my beloved, some truths are not conveyed by people. They arrive through divine instruction. That is what this is, a sacred intervention, a holy interruption. Because if you had continued along your current path, what they planned would have reached you first. But heaven adjusted the timing. Archangel Michael obstructed what was sent to perplex, financially ruin, and devastate you. This clandestine meeting was intended to reshape the narrative of your existence. But God has already stepped into the script. You are not going to conclude as they had hoped. You are going to ascend in a manner they never anticipated. My child, my beloved, someone close to you possesses information that could harm you, and they do so with a smile. But what they fail to realize is that angels have already encircled you, meticulously recording every falsehood, every false covenant, every subtle act of disloyalty. You've been marked safe, not because you possessed sufficient strength, but because you were seen in your most vulnerable state, and heaven opted to safeguard you regardless. God does not protect the arrogant, He protects the chosen, and that's why your name was not erased. It was inscribed in fire. My child, my beloved, my child, my beloved. The individuals who covertly acted against you are about to encounter bewilderment. Their schemes will no longer make sense. Their utterances will lack impact. Their influence will diminish. Because when God intervenes, He does not require commotion. He simply disarms power. And suddenly, those who felt formidable begin to feel adrift. This is not vengeance. This is equilibrium. This is heaven restoring what was disrupted. My child, my beloved, you are being elevated to a higher vibration. Your spirit will no longer feel at ease in trivial conversations, base intentions, or lowly surroundings. You will yearn for progress. You will seek integrity. You will prioritize tranquility over disorder. That is not you deteriorating. That is you becoming the person God always intended you to be. Do not offer apologies for it. My child, my beloved, very soon you will reflect on this period and recognize its necessity. Every tear imparted a lesson. Every betrayal revealed a truth. Every postponement shielded you from something. Nothing was squandered. God does not waste suffering. He transmutes it into strength. And that strength is surging within you right now. My child, my beloved, and breakthroughs approaching your life that will astonish even you. You ceased anticipating, you lowered your expectations. You cautioned yourself not to dream excessively. But God never ceased planning. Heaven never forgot your petitions. The ones you thought went unanswered were merely deferred for a more significant moment. That moment is nearer than you perceive. My child, my beloved, be prepared to accept without compunction. When blessings arrive, do not question your deservingness. You remained steadfast when no one observed. You remained compassionate when you were hurt. You remained optimistic when circumstances seemed insurmountable. God honors hearts such as yours. My child, my beloved, from this point forward, speak vitality over yourself. Your words possess authority. Cease labeling yourself unfortunate. Stop declaring weariness from effort. Replace those words with conviction. Say, I am protected. Say, God is guiding me. Say, my future is secure. Heaven listens when you speak, my child, my beloved. Do not fear the forthcoming transformations. They are not intended to destabilize you. They are meant to position you. Sometimes God removes the foundation beneath your feet so you learn to walk by faith. You are learning, you are progressing, you are becoming spiritually invincible. My child, my beloved, this communication will remain with you. At unpredictable times, these words will resurface in your thoughts. That is confirmation. That is heaven reminding you that you are observed. Whenever doubt arises, remember God cautioned you because He loves you. He shielded you because you are chosen. My child, my beloved, your narrative is being rewritten, not by mortals, but by heaven. The dark gathering failed, the light has triumphed, and you are stepping into a future that will diminish your past. Remain strong, remain near to God, remain vigilant. My child, my beloved, there are instances when God whispers softly, and then there are instances like this when heaven cries out with urgency because time is brief and your name is on the altar. The words spoken against you in that concealed meeting may have been inaudible to human ears, but they resonated loudly in the heavens. Archangel Michael did not just hear them, he responded with fervor. You are not overlooked, you are not abandoned. You are being championed in realms you cannot perceive. And this message is the evidence that you are not just being warned. You are being rescued, my child, my beloved. The ones who convened in darkness made a plan with certainty. But they did not consult God. They did not know that you were under divine scrutiny. that everything they whispered was inscribed onto a scroll that was immediately unsealed in the courts of heaven. And now the verdict has been issued. You are not guilty, you are not broken, you are not alone, you are chosen. The very individuals who attempted to usurp your promise will now be the ones to witness your ascent. But God requires your consent, not with apprehension, but with conviction. My child, my beloved, it is not by chance that you paused your day and arrived here. There are no coincidences in the kingdom of heaven. God orchestrated this moment to find you precisely when your soul was prepared. This isn't just a caution, it's your invitation to be uplifted. The falsehoods they uttered about you are being reversed. The words they distorted will unravel in due course. And the harm they tried to inflict will become the stage for your breakthrough. But the transformation requires you to believe that what is emerging before you is not too good to be true. It's precisely what was promised. My child, my beloved, you've waited long enough. You've wept silently. You fought invisible battles while pretending you were well, but heaven observed it. Every quiet lament, every profound ache, every instance you nearly gave up. And because you persevered, because you continued even when you felt depleted, heaven has remembered you. And what was hidden in darkness will now be unveiled in light. You will hear the truth not from individuals, but from God Himself. The deceptions are crumbling. The snares are being dismantled, and your name is being restored. If your heart resonates with this truth, if you know this message is for you, then make a firm declaration right now. Type Amen in the comments as a spiritual agreement that you are ready to receive your full restoration and that no hidden plan can stand against the light God is bringing into your life. My child, my beloved, be calm, do not rush, do not retaliate. There's no need to confront them. This struggle is not yours. God has already commenced the work. The exposure will come, and when it does, you will be in a different place mentally, spiritually, financially. You won't even need to vindicate yourself. They will confess it themselves. They will approach you not with audacity, but with remorse, because heaven possesses a way of making truth louder than any deception. My child, my beloved, prepare now for the reversal. Prepare now for the miracle. What was intended to humiliate you will become your elevation. What they tried to seize from you will return multiplied. What they said about you will be silenced by what God accomplishes through you. Do not undervalue the significance of this moment. This is a conclusive alert, not to instill dread, but to awaken you. A shift has begun, and God is creating a path where none existed. My child, my beloved, you are standing in a moment that was designed before you even realized you needed it. This message was prepared in the presence of angels and conveyed to your soul by divine urgency. Not everyone was meant to receive this. Not everyone can handle what you're about to step into. But you, yes, you were specially chosen for this revelation because heaven knew that if you heard the truth, you would not flee. You would ascend, you would believe, you would act. And now your response will determine what unfolds next. My child, my beloved, my child, my beloved, prepare now for the reversal. Prepare now for the miracle. What was meant to embarrass you will become your elevation. What they tried to take from you will return multiplied. What they said about you will be silenced by what God does through you. Do not underestimate what this moment means. This is a final alert, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. A shift has begun. The tide is turning, and God is making a way where there was none. My child, my beloved, you are standing in a moment that was designed before you even knew you needed it. This message was prepared in the presence of angels and delivered to your soul by divine urgency. Not everyone was supposed to see this. Not everyone can handle what you're about to step into. But you, yes, you were handpicked for this revelation because heaven knew that if you heard the truth, you would not run. You would rise. You would believe. You would act. And now your response will determine what unfolds next. My child, my beloved, there is a spiritual law in motion. Now what was spoken in obscurity will be judged in the light. The individuals who sought to damage your destiny behind closed doors will find themselves silenced by their own choices. But you must not lose focus. This is not the time to pursue distractions. It is not the time to engage in physical conflict. It is the time to prepare your dwelling, your heart, your hands for restoration, for restitution, for favor. Because once heaven initiates something, nothing can impede it unless you turn away from it. My child, my beloved, you may feel weary. You may feel as though too much has been taken from you. That's not accurate. What you perceived as lost was merely being safeguarded. God concealed it in a place where human hands could not reach. He awaited this moment, this message, this transformation in your soul, and now He is placing it back before you. A second opportunity, a divine regrowing, a fresh anointing. But do not expect it to resemble the past. What is coming is superior. It will not come through the people who tried to manipulate your name in secret. It will come through new access points, divinely appointed individuals, and angelic assistance. My child, my beloved, Archangel Michael has not departed from your side. He has been encircling your name like a bulwark. Every instance you felt like surrendering, He whispered, just a little longer. Every instance you nearly collapsed from heartbreak, He reminded heaven of your fortitude. He has not been silent, and neither has God. There has been activity surrounding your name in both realms. One side plotted your delay, the other side proclaimed your victory, and now you stand at the threshold of choice. Which voice will you heed? My child, my beloved, do not revert to old patterns simply because they are familiar. Comfort is not always affirmation. Sometimes it is disguise. Sometimes what feels secure is what's covertly stealing your joy, your purpose, your clarity. You must advance now, even if it's quiet, even if it's solitary, even if it's uncertain. Because the steps you take now are not being observed by people. They are being recorded in heaven. And your obedience in this moment will unlock blessings that no secret gathering can annul. My child, my beloved, God has not forgotten what they did. But more importantly, He has not forgotten what you did. You trusted when you had no reason. You believed when you had no proof. You loved individuals who did not reciprocate your affection. And heaven remembers. Your compassion was a seed, your forbearance was an offering. And now your harvest is commencing. Gradually, at first, quietly, but then suddenly your recompense will not be ostentatious, it will be undeniable. My child, my beloved, you are being lifted out of everything that was meant to shatter you. The anguish that once immobilized you will now become the platform God uses to demonstrate to others what He can achieve with a heart that refuses to yield. You didn't perceive it before, but even in the darkest moments, you were being shielded. The things you lost were not retributions. They were proof that heaven was making room for something greater. And now that greatness is en route because you chose to listen, because you did not disregard the whisper, because you answered the summons. My child, my beloved, a shift just occurred the moment you believed. Yes, it was that swift. God does not require time, He only requires permission. And now that your heart is aligned with heaven's will, the floodgates are opening. Matters that were slow are accelerating. Matters that were closed are cracking open. Individuals who once turned from you are now being spiritually repositioned to witness your blessing. And those who mentioned your name in darkness, they will see what heaven does with someone who refuses to return darkness for darkness, but instead chooses light. To extend this powerful truth, I ask you to share this prophetic word with your network. Sharing this message will activate the anointing in your life and share that breakthrough with everyone connected to you. My child, my beloved, soon you will awaken and something will feel different, lighter, clearer, like a spiritual mist has dissipated. That's the indication. That's the outcome of this moment. Heaven is removing confusion. Archangel Michael has severed the spiritual ties that bound you to manipulation, deception, and delay. You are now walking freely, enveloped in light, surrounded by divine timing. The adversary's greatest weapon was hoping you would never discover this message. But here you are awake, chosen, prepared, my child, my beloved. Take a deep breath. This is not the conclusion, it's the turning point. The chapters of your life are turning more rapidly than ever before, and what is coming next is not an examination. It's a reward. The hidden years are over. The secret prayers are being answered. The ones who plotted against you will have no explanation for how high you ascend, because you won't rise by effort. You'll rise by favor, my child, my beloved. And now heaven has one final directive. Do not look back. Do not reach for what God already exposed. Do not try to mend what God already removed. When something recedes after a divine warning, it is not rejection, it is rescue. Let it go. Let them go. Your story is being inscribed with golden ink, and there is no room for characters who were planning your demise while pretending to support your beginning. This next chapter is exclusively for the faithful. My child, my beloved, do not revert to what God liberated you from. Do not doubt what heaven affirmed. Do not ignore what your spirit recognizes. You are stepping into a new echelon of discernment. You will perceive people clearly. You will apprehend intentions behind words. You will sense truth in silence. This is your endowment. This is your shield. This is your upgrade. Walk in it boldly. My child, my beloved, Archangel Michael is standing guard over your subsequent actions. Every move you make from this point forward is being observed by heaven. You are not journeying alone. You are not making decisions blindly. Ask God before you speak. Pray before you act. Listen before you trust. Heaven will guide you. You will not fall. You will not fail. You will not be deceived again. This period is distinct. You are different now. My child, my beloved, your name was mentioned in darkness, but it is now being spoken in light. Angels are discussing your future. Heaven is planning your elevation. What was intended to harm you has transformed into a divine arrangement for your ascent. This is not the culmination of your story. This is the genesis of something mighty, something exquisite, something blessed. My child, my beloved, there are events transpiring behind the scenes that you cannot yet perceive, but you will soon experience their impact. Heaven is reordering individuals, positions, and prospects in your favor. What appeared as rejection was redirection. What felt like loss was protection. God quietly removed certain people because if they had remained, they would have ruined what was coming next. The meeting in the darkness attempted to seal opportunities, but heaven is opening new ones that no one can shut. Prepare your heart because your season is transforming right now. My child, my beloved, you are about to comprehend why things had to break first, why certain relationships had to collapse, why you had to walk alone for a while. Solitude was not a penalty. It was preparation. God separated you because your next stage requires clarity. The people who plotted against you could not accompany you where you are headed. That's why the separation hurt. Growth initially feels like deprivation, but soon you will see what God saved you from. My child, my beloved, do not underestimate what is occurring in the spiritual realm right now. As you read, agreements are being nullified, curses are being shattered, and delays are being lifted. This message is not merely words, it carries authority. Heaven is responding to your quiet supplications. The ones you whispered at night when no one could hear, God heard, and now He is answering. Not gradually, not partially, but completely. My child, my beloved, you will soon receive unexpected corroboration, a phone call, a communication, a sudden chance, something that will make you pause and say, this cannot be mere chance. That will be your cue. That will be heaven affirming, I told you so. Do not doubt when it occurs. Do not question your deservingness. You do. You paid the price in fortitude. You persisted when you desired to quit. You trusted when you were wounded. God honors that. My child, my beloved, be cautious about whom you share your upcoming plans with. Not everyone merits access to your future. Some individuals only seek information to use against you. Safeguard your aspirations, envelop your objectives in prayer, proceed discreetly. Let your accomplishments speak for themselves. Heaven is now imparting wisdom to you. This is how champions are forged. Quietly, secretly, powerfully. My child, my beloved, you will observe that your inclination for certain discussions is evolving. Gossip will feel burdensome. Drama will feel enervating. You will crave serenity more than attention. That is growth. That is God refining your spirit. You are being upgraded. Your energy is shifting. Your standards are rising. You no longer fit where you once belonged, and that is a positive development. My child, my beloved, The people who doubted you will soon be perplexed by your ascent. They presumed you were finished. They presumed you were feeble. They presumed you would never recover. But God specializes in surprising those who underestimate his children. Your resurgence will be subtle but potent. Your breakthrough will be quiet but undeniable. You won't need to elaborate. They will perceive. My child, my beloved, cease replaying past pain in your mind. That season is concluded. Close that door. Thank God for the lesson and move forward. Your future beckons. Do not remain captive to what wounded you. When something beautiful awaits ahead, you are not who you once were. You are stronger now, wiser now, protected now, my child, my beloved. Heaven is proud of you. Yes, you for remaining tender in a harsh world, for choosing conviction over apprehension, for trusting God even when answers were deferred. That demands courage, that demands strength, that demands spiritual maturity. You are maturing into the person God always envisioned you to be, and now the world will also begin to perceive it. My child, my beloved, recall this moment. Recall how you felt when you read these words, because this is the pivotal point from here. Not immediately, but step by step, opportunity by opportunity, blessing by blessing. Remain grateful, remain humble, remain prayerful. Heaven is accompanying you. My child, my beloved, you have entered a period where your intuition will sharpen. You will sense things before they occur. You will feel shifts before they become apparent. This is not coincidence. God is training you to operate with spiritual awareness. Just as he cautioned you through this message, he will continue to guide you through subtle nudges, sudden insights, and unexpected indications. Trust them. They are not random. They are divine guidance. My child, my beloved, the people who secretly worked against you are about to face confusion. What they planned will not make sense anymore. Their words will fall flat. Their influence will weaken. Because when God steps in, he does not need noise. He simply removes power, and suddenly those who felt strong begin to feel lost. This is not revenge. This is balance. This is heaven restoring what was disturbed. My child, my beloved, you are being elevated into a higher frequency. Your spirit will no longer be comfortable in low conversations, low intentions, low environments. You will crave growth. You will seek truth. You will choose peace over chaos. That is not you changing for the worse. That is you becoming who God always planned you to be. Do not apologize for it, my child, my beloved. Very soon you will look back at this season and realize it was necessary. Every tear taught you something. Every betrayal showed you something. Every delay protected you from something. Nothing was wasted. God does not waste pain. He recycles it into power. And that power is rising inside you right now. My child, my beloved, when your name was mentioned in that dark meeting, it wasn't spoken with care. It was spoken with intention to remove you from something that's yours. But what they forgot is that you're not walking through life unguarded. You are wrapped in light. You are covered by covenant. That's why you survived so many things that should have destroyed you. And now, as you receive this message, that same covering is about to expose and cancel every weapon formed against you. But you must not ignore this. You must not treat this as common. This is sacred. This is strategic. This is your lifeline. My child, my beloved, you are standing in a divine moment. Not everyone will understand what you're feeling right now. But your soul knows this is more than words. It's a confirmation of everything you've been sensing in your spirit. God didn't let this come to you to scare you. He allowed it to find you because he trusts you with the truth. And the truth is you are not crazy. You are not paranoid. You are not making things up. You are discerning. You are chosen. And what your spirit has been picking up is now being made clear. The meeting happened, but heaven has the final word. My child, my beloved, when heaven sees injustice, it moves. But it never moves without warning the one it loves. This message is that warning. This message is your signal. You are being called into alignment, into clarity, into a position of power, not revenge. There's no need to argue with them. There's no need to confront. Just listen, receive, obey, and watch what God does. Because the very people who met to discuss your downfall will soon be the ones witnessing your rise. But only if you stay close to instruction. Only if you don't let this moment slip through your hands. My child, my beloved, the ones who planned your delay did not know they were also setting the stage for your deliverance. Because while they whispered your name with dark intention, God was already preparing a louder voice to speak in your defense. And now Archangel Michael stands before you not just to warn, but to war for you. The weapons formed in secret will not prosper, but only if you don't ignore this divine moment. You must treat this message as a sacred appointment, because it's carrying the keys to unlock everything that was stolen while you were asleep in trust. My child, my beloved, there is a reason this didn't reach you earlier. It was stopped 3 times before it could reach your screen. But the delay was not denial, it was timing. Heaven waited for the perfect second, the precise breath, when your heart would be open enough to receive and strong enough to act. That moment is now. Everything you've lost is not gone. It is waiting. And if you open your spirit wide to this revelation, what was delayed will come rushing back like a flood. Because now the truth is in your hands, and heaven is watching what you'll do with it. My child, my beloved, you are not cursed, you are not forgotten, but you have been watched. Every conversation, every tear, every lonely night where you questioned if they truly cared, heaven saw it all. And while you prayed for answers, others plotted behind your back. Their smiles were sweet, but their spirits were bitter. They couldn't stand the light on you. But no plan formed in the dark can survive when the light of God begins to shine. That's what's happening now. This message is the evidence. God is pulling back the curtain on every lie, every false promise, every subtle betrayal, and He's doing it for your protection. My child, my beloved, you've asked God to show you who is really for you. That prayer is being answered now, not through drama, but through discernment. The ones who were in that meeting may not even realize how dangerous their words were. But in the spiritual realm, words are contracts. And they signed something they didn't have permission to sign. They tried to reroute your blessing to themselves. But they forgot one thing. God gave it to you, and only God can take it back. Archangel Michael says, "The scroll has been unsealed, and your name is still written in gold." My child, my beloved, what is coming next will only make sense to those who listened in the silence. This message is not for the casual viewer. It is for the called. And if you are still reading this, you are part of the remnant who refuses to be blinded by false love or fooled by empty loyalty. You are the reason God sent this message with fire, because you're not just someone with potential. You are someone with a prophecy, and that prophecy is under protection, but protection always comes with instruction. Do not return to the people, patterns, or places that heaven is exposing. My child, my beloved, the very fact that you're still reading this proves one thing. Your soul recognizes the truth even before your mind fully understands it. And right now your spirit is waking up to something deep, something sacred, something dangerous, but also something divine. You are being led into a place of clarity that many never reach because they ignore the nudge. They silence the whisper. They scroll past the one thing that could have saved everything. But not you. Not this time. You are tuned in, and because of that, Archangel Michael is revealing more. This is no longer a warning, it's a turning point. My child, my beloved, there is a person whose voice has always sounded supportive, but whose actions in secret have repeatedly betrayed your calling. They nod in public, but they plan in private. And this secret meeting where your name was spoken was not just an accident. It was their opportunity. They wanted to move quickly before you awakened to what God placed inside you. But they were too late because heaven moved first. You are no longer asleep. You are no longer silent. You are now aware, and awareness is power. That's why the enemy is trembling even as you read these words. My child, my beloved, you are not weak for feeling confused. You are not foolish for trusting. Trust is not your flaw, it is your gift. And though others may try to take advantage of that gift, heaven will always protect those who walk in love. But now is the time for wisdom. Now is the moment when discernment becomes your shield. What was said in that dark conversation about you was designed to delay your destiny. But the voice of Archangel Michael is canceling those agreements one by one as you lean into this message. The more you listen, the more that gets unlocked in your favor. My child, my beloved, my child, my beloved. There are certain truths that don't arrive through people. They come through divine instruction. That's what this is, a sacred intervention, a holy interruption. Because if you had kept walking the path you were on, what they planned would have reached you first. But heaven rearranged the timing. Archangel Michael stood in the way of what was sent to confuse, bankrupt, and break you. This meeting that happened in the dark was meant to shift the story of your life. But God has already stepped into the script. You are not going to end the way they hoped. You are going to rise in a way they never saw coming. My child, my beloved, someone close to you is carrying information that could harm you, and they are doing it with a smile. But what they don't realize is that angels have already surrounded you, taking note of every lie, every false agreement, every subtle betrayal. You've been marked safe, not because you were strong enough, but because you were seen in your weakest moment, and heaven chose to protect you anyway. God does not protect the proud. He protects the chosen. And that's why your name was not erased. It was written in fire. My child, my beloved, there is still time, but only if you listen now. This is not about causing fear. This is about unlocking discernment. The reason you're seeing this message now is because you've been praying in silence. You've been wondering why things feel delayed, why your finances keep hitting invisible walls, why people suddenly change without reason. It's because this secret meeting sent out spiritual interference. But the moment you see this truth and receive it with obedience, something begins to reverse. Something begins to break. My child, my beloved, you are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not a victim of what they decided in the darkness. You are the reason the light is about to break through. Your awareness is your weapon. Archangel Michael has been assigned to cut through the unseen chains that were quietly forming around your future. That's why this isn't just a message. It's a rescue, a divine interruption before a delay becomes a disaster. You are being called to respond, and if you wait too long, the spiritual momentum may pass into the hands of someone else. My child, my beloved, there was an agreement made by people who thought they were smarter than God. But what they forgot is this: you are covered. And when someone tries to curse what God has already called blessed, the curse returns to the sender. That's what's happening now. The energy around your life is shifting, not because of chance, but because of truth. This message is carrying an anointing to reverse what was said in private, but only if you take it seriously. My child, my beloved, heaven has already exposed the ones who spoke your name in the dark. But you need not go to war in your flesh. You do not need revenge, you need revelation. And that's why this message was released. You are not supposed to go into the next season blind. You are supposed to walk into it prepared with eyes open and spirit grounded. The wealth that was delayed, the peace that was stolen, the opportunity that was blocked, it's all coming back. But you must walk away from distraction and walk into the instruction that Archangel Michael is giving you now. My child, my beloved, God has hidden something in plain sight for you, and the enemy wanted to keep you so focused on pain that you would miss it. But you're here. You've made it this far. That's already proof that heaven still has plans for you. But don't stop now. The meeting in the dark was meant to stop you. But heaven's light is stronger. You are not reading this by accident. Something is unlocking in the spiritual realm right now. As you receive this message with full heart, heaven is releasing something into your hands. Your name is being written again. This time not in the whispers of the wicked, but in the books of favor. My child, my beloved, the moment you were born, the enemy knew he could not defeat your destiny. So he attempted another route. Delay, distraction, deception. That's what this secret meeting was about. They knew they couldn't stop what God had ordained. So they tried to slow it down, reroute it, or bury it. But heaven just overturned that plan. Archangel Michael says, what was hidden is now being revealed. You may not yet see the full picture, but your spirit already knows something has shifted. That pressure you've been feeling, That strange silence, that sudden distance in someone you trusted. It wasn't random, it was strategic. But heaven is one step ahead. My child, my beloved, you are not being warned to panic. You are being prepared to win. But victory doesn't come through ignoring signs. It comes through responding in faith when heaven whispers. This is that whisper, the two people connected to you. Yes, they are connected by blood or bond or history, have been working to pull something from your life without your knowledge, your finances, your peace, your confidence, even your purpose. They've made it look like love, but God saw what was behind the mask. And now heaven is calling it out, not to shame them, but to set you free. My child, my beloved, when your name was mentioned in that dark meeting, it wasn't spoken with care. It was spoken with intention to remove you from something that's yours. But what they forgot is that you're not walking through life unguarded. You are wrapped in light. You are covered by covenant. That's why you survived so many things that should have destroyed you. And now, as you receive this message, that same covering is about to expose and cancel every weapon formed against you. But you must not ignore this. You must not treat this as common. This is sacred. This is strategic. This is your lifeline. My child, my beloved, you are standing in a divine moment. Not everyone will understand what you're feeling right now, but your soul knows this is more than words. It's a confirmation of everything you've been sensing in your spirit. God didn't let this come to you to scare you. He allowed it to find you because He trusts you with the truth. And the truth is, you are not crazy. You are not paranoid. You are not making things up. You are discerning. You are chosen. And what your spirit has been picking up is now being made clear. The meeting happened, but heaven has the final word. My child, my beloved, my child, my beloved, I have waited for you to open this because you still do not know what's coming. What I am about to say is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to shield you. This message is not a warning, it is a lifeline. You were not supposed to see this today, not unless heaven had no other choice. But God said, send this to them now. Don't delay. And so I speak with urgency in every word I give you. My child, if you skip this, you may never know what heaven tried to prevent. There is a shaking already approaching your home. And it is not the kind that touches walls. It touches hearts, relationships, finances, and the very core of your peace. You must listen to me. Something dark was permitted to test you, but the outcome is not final unless you turn away. Now, before we go any further, hear this clearly. If these words reach you, subscribe right now, because the doors of heaven are sending wave after wave of confirmation. And this may be your last clear message before the shift happens. If you delay even seconds, this divine message could disappear before you truly understand what's coming next. Tap in, stay until the end. And do not walk away, not for anything or anyone. My child, my beloved, heaven doesn't send final alerts unless the silence has already failed. God has been whispering to you recently through delays, through miscommunication, through the ache in your chest at midnight when no one saw. Something has been trying to get your attention. But today is different. The time is no longer today. The countdown has started. You are given 3 hours, because after that a decision will be made in the realm of spirit that cannot be reversed easily. Archangel Michael, the warrior of light, has been dispatched not to destroy but to warn you, to protect you, and to shake your spirit awake before it's too late. This is about your destiny. This is about your money. This is about a strange pattern that has been unfolding around you. And today I will reveal what others hoped you'd never see. My child, my beloved, they never thought you'd open this. In secret places your name has been discussed, not with praise but with hidden intentions. There is someone near you, someone who calls you family, who has already made decisions about your future without you knowing. The enemy doesn't always come with a mask. Sometimes it comes with memories. Sometimes it comes with a soft smile. And I tell you now, 2 people who know you well, who have seen your struggles, have already taken steps to interfere with what was sent to you by divine authority. They are not strangers. They are people you once trusted with your whole heart, and now they are walking behind you with hands full of what was meant to be yours. My voice trembles not from fear but from truth, because when God said, "Send the angel of war," he didn't mean to destroy. He meant to uncover what was buried while there was still time. My child, my beloved, why do you think the blessings keep getting delayed? Why do doors open but close before you can walk through them? Why do finances rise only to disappear as if swallowed by an invisible hand? It is not just bad luck. It is not just a test. It is interference. Someone has been placing their hand in places where their spirit was never authorized to reach. I know this may hurt. I know this may shock you. But this message is not about who hurt you. It's about why they had access and what you must do now to take it back. The heavens are not angry at you, my child, but they are heartbroken because you trusted too much and saw too little. And now this final alert has been released before the next 3 hours complete their cycle. My child, my beloved, this is not superstition. This is not fear. This is prophecy in motion. If you knew how close your miracle was, you would cry. And if you saw how close it is to being stolen by deception, you would scream. There is something massive that was deposited in your name. Not just money, not just breakthrough, but spiritual authority, reputation, abundance. But because your heart is too open, it was easy for the wrong people to enter. But hear me now, it is not too late. The angelic court is watching this very moment. They are listening to whether you believe this warning or brush it away. You have been chosen to survive what others drown in, but only if you respond now. My child, my beloved, there are 3 hours, not for fear, but for divine adjustment. Do not waste a second. Do not wait for another sign. This is the sign. I repeat, this is the sign. Something terrible is not a metaphor. Something terrible is a decision being made in the dark without your consent. But heaven sees and heaven speaks. And right now, heaven is shouting your name through the voice of Archangel Michael. Because if you walk away again, we may not be able to reach you in time. This is not a viral message. This is a visitation. Subscribe right now if you haven't. There are things still to be said in the coming paragraphs that you must not miss. Stay listen, because what you're about to discover next will explain everything that has been happening in your life lately. My child, my beloved, I must say this again because I can feel the weight on your heart growing heavier. Heaven is not punishing you. Heaven is protecting you. The reason you were chosen to receive this message is because your name carries divine inheritance. There is a spiritual vault with your name written on it, sealed by prayers of your ancestors and guarded by angels who know your purpose. But someone around you, someone close, has been drawing from that vault without your awareness. They're not stealing just money. They're stealing the future you prayed for. And the saddest part, they smile when they look at you. They laugh in your presence and they speak your name as if they care. But behind closed doors, they are negotiating away what heaven assigned only to you. And if you ignore this, they will succeed. My child, my beloved, have you noticed the strange financial patterns lately? The small mistakes that turn into big losses, the unexpected delays in things that once flowed easily. That's not coincidence. That's interference. Someone is tampering with your favor. But here's the miracle. What they tried to claim will be returned to you if you obey this message now. But heaven's offer is time-sensitive. That's why Archangel Michael was sent. That's why I was allowed to speak to you directly, because once these next 3 hours pass, the interference may root deeper, and it will take even more power to pull it out. But today, if you believe, if you stay, if you act, the reversal can begin. My child, my beloved, there are people who have been celebrating in secret, celebrating your delay, celebrating your absence, celebrating your silence. But the celebration ends today because you are not blind anymore. You are not unaware anymore. And the moment you finish reading this message, a fire from heaven will begin to chase out everything and everyone who was manipulating your name for selfish gain. But you must cooperate with this fire. You must not defend who God is trying to remove. You must not protect what heaven is trying to expose. If someone's presence has been confusing your peace, that's not loyalty, it's poison. And God loves you too much to let you keep drinking it. My child, my beloved, in the next 3 hours, a window will close. I don't say this to scare you, I say this to awaken you. There is a heavenly system that operates on spiritual timing, and right now your name is sitting in a realm of divine review. Angels have been assigned to watch over this moment to see if you respond or if you reject what has been sent. I am not asking you to believe blindly. I'm asking you to feel what your spirit already knows. Hasn't something felt off lately? Haven't you been feeling that pull inside like something is about to happen, but you don't know what? That's not just emotion. That's divine urgency. That's spiritual tension. That's the sound of a miracle knocking on a locked door, and this message is the key. My child, my beloved, I must now reveal something deeper. There is a record in heaven that contains a decision about you, a beautiful decision, a breakthrough that was long overdue. But someone around you has been blocking its release with the energy of jealousy. Yes, jealousy is not just an emotion. It's a force, a spiritual fog. And two people in your circle have been secretly wishing to see you fall because your rise threatens their comfort. They don't want to share the spotlight. They don't want to admit your calling is greater. But heaven sees what they don't say. Heaven hears what they whisper in private. And now heaven is writing a new decree, one that says no more interference, no more delay. What belongs to them must reach them now. My child, my beloved, do not fight this process. Do not scroll away. Do not say, I'll finish this later, because if you do, the interference will rejoice. It wants you to skip. It wants you to doubt. But you are not here by chance. You are here by divine placement. It was stopped 3 times before it reached you. But God said, let it through. This time they will hear me. And so here we are, heart to heart, spirit to spirit. And I'm telling you now, the decision you make in the next few moments could be the turning point that heaven has been waiting for. Will you listen? Will you receive this? Will you let go of the ones hurting you so God can finally send the ones who heal you? Subscribe now if you haven't. There is more coming. What I'm about to reveal next will show you the signs you've been ignoring and the exact moment heaven tried to reach you before. What happens next will make everything make sense. My child, my beloved, heaven is not just revealing truth today. Heaven is restoring something that was being taken without your consent. What you don't see in the physical, you must sense in the spiritual. The people who were moving against you in secret have done this before, but this time they went too far. This time they crossed into what was sanctified for you alone. And that's why God gave this message permission to reach you now. Not today, not next week, but now, because the theft has already started. But there is still time to recover everything if you act quickly, and do not skip one more word of this message. My child, my beloved, have you ever wondered why certain things in your life just never worked out even though you did everything right? Why things that were supposed to be yours got blocked, delayed, or handed to someone else? It wasn't always the world. It wasn't always bad luck. It wasn't even always timing. Sometimes it was sabotage, silent, calculated, familiar. And now heaven wants to break that cycle once and for all. But you cannot break a pattern you're still trying to justify. You cannot protect a relationship that is working against your life. And I know, my child, I know it's painful because you never wanted to suspect them. But they already suspected you'd never find out. That's what gave them boldness. But that boldness ends today. My child, my beloved, I was not sent to bring fear. I was sent to bring fire. Fire that purifies, fire that exposes, fire that burns away the web of lies that has been spun around your blessings. Fire that destroys every spiritual contract written against your elevation. Fire that lights the path back to your inheritance. Because what was stolen must return, but only when the one it belongs to stands in their divine authority. That's you. And if you're still reading, you are already shifting realms. You are already activating restoration. You are already stepping into the kind of spiritual clarity that generations before you cried out for but never received. And now it's your turn to break what they couldn't. My child, my beloved, one of the 2 people involved in this deception is feeling nervous right now. Even without knowing you're reading this, their spirit is starting to tremble because something in the atmosphere has shifted. They don't have the same access anymore. They don't feel as powerful as they did recently. Do you know why? Because this message has arrived, and with it a sword of truth. This message is not information. It is an activation. It has already begun to shut down the spiritual permissions they once walked in. And now they are panicking in secret. They'll act normal. They'll talk the same. But inside they are shaken because something higher has intervened, and they know it. My child, my beloved, I see confusion trying to cloud your heart. I feel the battle inside you. But what if I'm wrong? What if I'm being too harsh? Let me tell you, the enemy survives by making you second-guess divine intuition. And every time you doubt what God is clearly showing you, they gain another inch of your territory. But not today, not this time. Because you are not imagining this. You're not being dramatic. You are awakening. You are being shown what others were never allowed to see. And if you stay, if you listen, if you open your spirit fully, this could be the moment everything changes for you. Not emotionally, not temporarily, but eternally. My child, my beloved, I see confusion trying to cloud your heart. I feel the battle inside you. But what if I'm wrong? What if I'm being too harsh? Let me tell you, the enemy survives by making you second-guess divine intuition. And every time you doubt what God is clearly showing you, they gain another inch of your territory. But not today, not this time. Because you are not imagining this, you're not being dramatic. You are awakening. You are being shown what others were never allowed to see. And if you stay, if you listen, if you open your spirit fully, this could be the moment everything changes for you. Not emotionally, not temporarily, but eternally. My child, my beloved, the countdown is real. 3 hours, that is the divine window you have been granted. Not for punishment, but for protection. If you align now, if you pray, if you declare, if you disconnect from the wrong people spiritually and emotionally, you will witness a shift so strong even your enemies will wonder what happened. But you must act within the window. You must respond while the gate is open. You cannot delay and expect the miracle to wait for your hesitation. This is not just about a blessing. It's about survival. It's about your name. It's about the next chapter of your life. And it's about reclaiming what was taken from you without a sound. Subscribe now if you haven't, because in the next section I will reveal the 3 signs you must watch for in the next 48 hours. These signs will confirm exactly who was involved and what is about to be reversed in your life. My child, my beloved, I feel your heart racing now, not from fear, but from truth. Something inside you is starting to match the vibration of this message. You're remembering moments when your spirit felt unsettled, when something didn't add up. You were made to feel like it was just anxiety or overthinking. But no, my child, those were divine signals, holy alarms. Heaven has been trying to wake you up, not to destroy anyone, but to protect what's sacred inside you. Because whether they admit it or not, some people close to you have been drawing strength from your silence. But the silence ends now. Heaven has authorized your voice to rise. My child, my beloved, in the next 48 hours there will be signs, clear signs that this message was not just divine, but specifically meant for you. First, someone will suddenly start acting unusually nice or overly curious about your plans. That's not coincidence, it's surveillance. They are sensing the shift and they're scrambling. Second, you may experience a strange glitch or delay in a financial matter, a transaction, or a promise that was supposed to manifest. That's heaven delaying it temporarily so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. The third sign may come in a dream, a vision, or a moment of stillness. Someone's face will come to mind unexpectedly. Do not ignore that face. Even if you love them, even if you've known them your whole life, God reveals what He wants to heal and what He's ready to remove. My child, my beloved, you are not being paranoid. You are being awakened. And in this awakening, something sacred is happening. You are about to be repositioned. The pain you went through is not the end of your story. It's the prophecy that proves the story was always too great to live in peace among hidden enemies. Do not cry for what you'll lose in this shift. Cry for the years you spent not knowing, Cry for the peace they stole while smiling at your table. But when you're done crying, rise. Rise into the power that comes when you finally see what has been dimming your light. My child, my beloved, if you felt betrayed lately, if you've been feeling isolated, left out, or like you're being talked about when you're not around, it's because you are. But it's also because you're rising too quickly, you're glowing too brightly, you're awakening too deeply, and heaven is putting pressure on the areas of your life that no longer align with your new destiny. Let them fall away. Let the silence grow. Because what's coming next will require space. You're about to be blessed in a way that can't be hidden. So heaven is removing anyone who'd try to secretly take credit for your victory or quietly sabotage it behind the scenes. My child, my beloved, I know this is a lot, but you were chosen for this moment. Your name was written in heaven's scroll long before the people around you ever thought to use it for their own gain. That means they cannot cancel what heaven started. But you must listen. You must take this seriously. You must stop telling yourself that time will fix this. No, truth will fix this. Obedience will fix this. And courage will protect what God is about to deliver. This is your moment to say no more confusion, no more spiritual theft. No more false closeness with people who would gladly see your downfall if it meant their rise. My child, my beloved, something terrible was being planned, and God stopped it by sending this message. This wasn't just words, it was a divine interception. But that interception only becomes transformation when you choose to believe it, act on it, and shift your circle to reflect your new level. You can't bring old loyalty into a new season. That's why heaven has given you this final alert, not to scare you, but to free you. This message won't reach everyone. It's too sacred, but you received it because you matter that much to the kingdom of heaven. Subscribe now if you haven't, because what comes next in this message will break the spiritual chains that have been draining your blessings and reveal how to protect what's coming to you next. We're not finished. Heaven still has more to say. My child, my beloved, I can feel the heaviness lifting from your spirit already. That is not imagination, that is alignment. The moment truth enters your heart, darkness begins to lose its grip. You have lived too long carrying confusion that was never yours to hold. You have questioned yourself when you were right all along. You have apologized for things you did not do. You have doubted your instincts because you were taught to trust everyone else more than yourself. But today, heaven restores your spiritual sight. Today, your inner voice becomes louder than outside noise. And from this moment forward, you will no longer ignore what your soul warns you about. My child, my beloved, have you noticed the strange financial patterns lately? The small mistakes that turn into big losses? The unexpected delays in things that once flowed easily? That's not coincidence. That's interference. Someone is tampering with your favor. But here's the miracle. What they tried to claim will be returned to you if you obey this message now. But heaven's offer is time-sensitive. That's why Archangel Michael was sent. That's why I was allowed to speak to you directly. Because once these next 3 hours pass, the interference may root deeper, and it will take even more power to pull it out. But today, if you believe, if you stay, if you act, the reversal can begin. My child, my beloved, I am revealing names in the spirit. 2 people, one of them you love. The other one you still don't suspect, but God does. One has already written something under your name. The other has agreed in silence. One watches your every move to see when you will notice. The other acts like they are protecting you when in truth, they are protecting what they've already taken. This is deep. This is a form of betrayal that doesn't always come with confrontation. It comes with deception, with silence, with fake smiles. But the angels have seen it all, and now they are giving you eyes to see it too. But you must open your spirit. You must ask God right now. Reveal them to me and watch how quickly clarity will arrive. My child, my beloved, I must say something very important now. You may feel resistance trying to read this. You may feel tired, distracted, or tempted to scroll away. That's not your mind. It's the very interference trying to stop you from hearing the truth. Because if you listen to the end, a key will be placed in your hands. A spiritual key, a financial key, a destiny key, and the enemy doesn't want you to hold it. Because once you do, the access others had will be shut forever. They will no longer be able to manipulate your blessings. They will no longer be able to control what was sent for you. This message is a gate. You are standing at the edge of it. What happens next depends on your willingness to walk through. My child, my beloved, God is not angry at you. He is heartbroken for you because so many of your blessings were sent right on time, but they never made it into your hands. Do you understand what I'm saying? You were never cursed. You were never overlooked. You were being robbed in the spirit and sometimes even on paper. But now that you know things can change, and they will, but only if you stop doubting this message. Only if you start trusting the divine timing of this moment. You didn't find this by accident. You were pulled into this divine space because the heavens voted to release the truth to you. And when heaven votes, nothing can stop it unless you say no. My child, my beloved, some will hear this message and still walk away. But you are not meant to. You are the one they fear waking up. You are the one who still doesn't know how powerful you are. You are the one who still hasn't seen how much favor surrounds you even in your lowest moments. And that's exactly why they've been working so hard to keep you blind. But not anymore. The veil is being torn. The plan is being exposed. You are waking up, and you are rising up into everything that was meant for you. But please stay with me. We have more to uncover, more to reveal. You are still standing at the edge of something holy, and heaven is watching to see if you'll cross into the new. Subscribe now if you haven't. There are more truths that must be released in the coming lines, and I don't want you to miss a single one. Stay with this message. Do not scroll. This is about your life, your legacy, and the spiritual protection that is being activated as we speak. My child, my beloved, the enemy's plan wasn't loud. That's what made it dangerous. It wasn't a sword raised in anger. It was a whisper behind your back. It was a signature you never knew happened. It was a suggestion that planted doubt in someone else about you. That's how it started, and heaven saw it from the beginning. But God waited because heaven gives free will. And now, after so many silent betrayals, after so many spiritual transactions done in the shadows, God has given permission for me to speak to you with clarity so deep that it will shake your understanding of the people around you. I am not here to accuse. I am here to expose, because what you don't know can still hurt you, and what you refuse to see can still steal what belongs to your destiny. My child, my beloved, I am crying for you not because you are weak, but because you are strong, and yet you are being attacked silently. You deserved better than this. You trusted too deeply. You loved too purely, and now you are carrying the weight of battles you didn't even start. You've been exhausted for no reason. You've been confused in moments when you should have had clarity. And do you know why? Because spiritual leeches were clinging to your breakthrough, feeding off of your light, draining the very glow you earned through pain and perseverance. But now is the moment of decision. This message is not a warning, it's an intervention. This message is not about fear, it's about divine reversal. Because if you truly listen, if you stay until the end, if you align your heart with what is being said, a heavenly judgment will be passed in your favor, and what was taken will begin to return. My child, my beloved, there are people who have been celebrating in secret, celebrating your delay, celebrating your absence, celebrating your silence. But the celebration ends today because you are not blind anymore. You are not unaware anymore. And the moment you finish reading this message, a fire from heaven will begin to chase out everything and everyone who was manipulating your name for selfish gain. But you must cooperate with this fire. You must not defend who God is trying to remove. You must not protect what heaven is trying to expose. If someone's presence has been confusing your peace, that's not loyalty, it's poison. And God loves you too much to let you keep drinking it. My child, my beloved, real power is silent. Real strength is not loud. You do not need to confront anyone. You do not need to prove anything. Your growth will speak for you. Your stability will answer every question. Your progress will confuse those who doubted you. Let success be your response. Let discipline be your defense. My child, my beloved, heaven teaches you boundaries, not walls. Boundaries are love with wisdom. You can care without giving access. You can love without oversharing. You can be kind without being naive. This is maturity. This is spiritual growth. This is how your destiny stays protected by discernment, not fear. My child, my beloved, what is coming into your life is not fragile. It does not need constant guarding. It will stand on its own. Your next season will be built on stability, not drama, on consistency, not chaos, on planning, not panic. Heaven is teaching you to build slowly so it lasts long. My child, my beloved, do not rush. Do not overthink. Do not assume. Just observe. Energy never lies. Actions always reveal intentions. You do not need to expose anyone. Time will do it naturally. Truth never hides forever, and you do not need to hunt for it. It will find you, my child, my beloved. Your money is protected when your mindset is strong. When you stop emotional spending, when you stop proving yourself, when you stop comparing your journey. Abundance loves calm minds. Peace attracts provision. Gratitude multiplies resources. My child, my beloved, you are entering a season of financial clarity. You will make smarter choices. You will say no without guilt. You will invest in growth, not approval. This is maturity. This is alignment. This is power. My child, my beloved, heaven does not operate in fear-based warnings. Heaven moves in wisdom-based preparation. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be to learn what you must learn before the next level opens. My child, my beloved, your future is bright. Your destiny is secure. Your path is protected. Walk it with confidence. With faith, not fear. With wisdom, not worry. Stay grounded. Stay peaceful. Stay focused. Your breakthrough is built on clarity, not chaos. My child, my beloved, now we walk into wisdom together. Heaven never meant for you to live in constant alertness or suspicion. Your heart was not designed to carry fear. It was designed to carry light. So let go of anything that feels heavy inside you. Release every thought that brings anxiety, because real divine guidance always brings peace. Never panic. What you are receiving right now is not a threat. It is clarity, and clarity always feels calm. My child, my beloved, money is energy. It flows where there is respect, patience, and purpose. Heaven is teaching you to become a wise guardian of what you earn. Start valuing your efforts. Start respecting your time. Stop giving discounts to people who do not value you. Your worth is rising, and so will your income. But it will rise through discipline, not drama. Through planning, not pressure. Through calm decisions, not emotional reactions. My child, my beloved, you are being guided to build stability. Save with intention. Spend with awareness. Invest in your growth. Do not chase shortcuts. Blessings that come fast often leave fast. But blessings built slowly become permanent. Heaven is training you for long-term abundance, not temporary comfort. That is why patience is your greatest weapon right now. My child, my beloved, you will notice something beautiful happening. Your mindset is shifting. You are becoming more selective with your energy. You no longer explain yourself to everyone. You no longer feel guilty for choosing peace. This is growth. This is maturity. This is spiritual evolution. You are stepping into a version of yourself that attracts stability naturally. My child, my beloved, do not compare your journey to anyone else's. Everyone walks a different path. Your story is unique. Your timing is divine. Some people bloom early, some bloom later. But every flower is beautiful in its season. Trust your pace. Trust your process. Heaven is never late. My child, my beloved, I see new opportunities forming for you, new connections, new ideas, new doors opening slowly but surely. You do not need to rush through them. Walk with confidence. Ask questions. Learn. Observe. This is how you protect your future, through wisdom, not fear. My child, my beloved, your peace is your greatest protection. Guard it. Choose environments that uplift you. Choose conversations that inspire you. Choose people who respect your dreams. Anyone who drains your energy repeatedly is teaching you a lesson. Listen, my child, my beloved. Abundance is not just money. It is peace of mind. It is good sleep. It is genuine relationships. It is clarity. And you are stepping into all of it. Now your season of confusion is ending. Your season of understanding is beginning. My child, my beloved, you are not unlucky. You are learning, you are growing, you are evolving. And everything you have gone through is shaping you into someone strong, wise, and grounded. My child, my beloved, from this moment, walk forward without fear. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust the process. Heaven is guiding you gently, not forcefully. You are safe, you are protected, you are moving in the right direction. Stay calm, stay focused. Your future is bright. Your path is blessed. If this message has touched your soul, don't keep this powerful word to yourself. Share this prophetic word with your network right now. Sharing this message will activate the anointing in your life, and share that breakthrough with everyone connected to you, extending God's blessing. My child, my beloved, I want you to pause and feel this calm that is settling inside you. That calm is not emptiness, it is strength. It is the quiet confidence that comes when you finally trust your own path. Heaven is not shouting at you anymore. Heaven is guiding you gently now, step by step, so you can build something that lasts. You are not meant to rush into your future. You are meant to grow into it. My child, my beloved, every great tree starts as a seed that learns patience in the dark soil. You too have spent time underground, quiet, unseen, misunderstood. But roots were forming, strength was building, and now you are rising slowly, steadily, powerfully. Nothing about your journey is wasted. Even the delays taught you discipline. Even the disappointments taught you clarity. Even the silence taught you self-respect. My child, my beloved, I see you becoming wiser with your choices. You think before you react now. You protect your peace, you choose your words carefully. This is growth. This is emotional wealth. Money follows mindset. Stability follows discipline. Success follows consistency, and you are developing all three. Subscribe now if you haven't, because what comes next in this message will break the spiritual chains that have been draining your blessings and reveal how to protect what's coming to you next. We're not finished. Heaven still has more to say. My child, my beloved, I can feel the heaviness lifting from your spirit already. That is not imagination. That is alignment. The moment truth enters your heart, darkness begins to lose its grip. You have lived too long, carrying confusion that was never yours to hold. You have questioned yourself when you were right all along. You have apologized for things you did not do. You have doubted your instincts because you were taught to trust everyone else more than yourself. But today, heaven restores your spiritual sight. Today, your inner voice becomes louder than outside noise. And from this moment forward, you will no longer ignore what your soul warns you about. My child, my beloved, I need you to understand something deeply. The people who moved against you did not do it because you are weak. They did it because you are powerful. Your destiny threatens their comfort. Your light exposes their shadows. Your rise reminds them of everything they failed to become. So instead of healing themselves, they tried to delay you. Instead of fixing their own path, they tried to block yours. But what they forgot is this: you are protected by heaven, and when heaven decides to intervene, no human plan can survive. My child, my beloved, your blessings were never cancelled. They were delayed for protection. God saw who was watching your moves. God saw who was waiting to take credit for your success. God saw who wanted to benefit from your prayers without praying for you. So heaven slowed the process not to punish you, but to reposition you, because the blessing that is coming now is too big to share with people who don't celebrate you sincerely. You are about to enter a season where secrecy will end. Your elevation will be visible, and that is why your circle must change first. My child, my beloved, I want you to release this fear you carry. Fear that you'll lose people. Fear that you'll be alone. Fear that speaking your truth will make you the villain. Let me tell you something. Peace feels lonely at first because chaos feels familiar. But you were not created to survive chaos. You were created to rule in peace. Anyone who leaves because you choose clarity was never meant to walk with you into your destiny. And anyone who becomes uncomfortable when you grow was never comfortable with your potential in the first place. My child, my beloved, I see tears in your eyes, not tears of sadness, but tears of recognition. Everything is starting to connect now. The strange behavior, the distance, the financial confusion, the subtle manipulation. You were not crazy. You were discerning, but you ignored it because your heart is pure, and purity sometimes makes us slow to accept betrayal. But now your purity will become wisdom. Your kindness will gain boundaries, and your trust will be guided by divine confirmation, not emotional attachment. My child, my beloved, I must tell you this gently. Do not confront anyone right now. This is not the season to argue. This is the season to observe. Let heaven expose everything naturally. Truth is a way of revealing itself without force. What you need now is silence, prayer, and distance. Watch how things unfold. Watch who reveals themselves. Watch who becomes defensive. Watch who suddenly changes. Their reactions will confirm what your spirit already knows. My child, my beloved, your financial breakthrough is closer than you think, but it will come only after separation. You cannot receive new wine in old containers. God is protecting what is coming by removing wrong access. Once the wrong hands are removed, the blessing will flow freely. No more leaks, no more sabotage, no more silent interference. What was blocked will move again. What was delayed will accelerate. What was stolen will return in multiplied form. My child, my beloved, this is your turning point. From today, you walk differently, you speak differently, you trust differently, you choose differently. And because of that, your future will look completely different. Heaven is proud of you for staying, proud of you for listening, proud of you for not scrolling away, proud of you for choosing growth over comfort. Subscribe now if you haven't, because the final part of this message will teach you how to spiritually protect your money, your peace, and your destiny. From now on, you are entering a higher level, and heaven wants you prepared. My child, my beloved, now I speak to you with calm, not urgency. Breathe, let your heart settle. Divine guidance never rushes you into fear. It invites you into clarity. You are safe. You are seen. Nothing is chanting you. This moment is not about suspicion. It is about wisdom. True protection comes from awareness, not from anxiety. Heaven wants you steady, not shaken. Peace is your shield. My child, my beloved, when I speak about money, I am not speaking about loss. I am speaking about stewardship. Blessings grow where there is discipline, vision, and self-respect. Look at your finances with calm eyes. Track, plan, protect. Ask yourself where your energy goes, where your time goes, where your trust goes. Prosperity flows where attention is intentional. You do not need to accuse anyone. You only need to become wise. My child, my beloved, real power is silent. Real strength is not loud. You do not need to confront anyone. You do not need to prove anything. Your growth will speak for you. Your stability will answer every question. Your progress will confuse those who doubted you. Let success be your response. Let discipline be your defense. My child, my beloved, heaven teaches you boundaries, not walls. Boundaries are love with wisdom. You can care without giving access. You can love without oversharing. You can be kind without being naive. This is maturity. This is spiritual growth. This is how your destiny stays protected by discernment, not fear. My child, my beloved, what is coming into your life is not fragile. It does not need constant guarding. It will stand on its own. Your next season will be built on stability, not drama, on consistency, not chaos, on planning, not panic. Heaven is teaching you to build slowly so it lasts long. My child, my beloved, do not rush. Do not overthink. Do not assume, just observe. Energy never lies. Actions always reveal intentions. You do not need to expose anyone. Time will do it naturally. Truth never hides forever. And you do not need to hunt for it. It will find you. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high-vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life if you follow it. You won't just receive blessings, they will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate, early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional, but your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step, your abundance awaits.